Hey everybody, this is Ash for the Triple S League with a guide to lockpicking in Starfield. I found that the in-game tutorial on this was just woefully inadequate, and so I decided to make this video to show you how lockpicking works and what you're actually supposed to do, so that you're not wasting a whole bunch of digipicks trying to figure it out by trial and error like I did anyway. First you need some digipicks, which there just happen to be a few laying on the floor here. I already had 3 in my inventory, so now I have a total of 6. Now, if you do this properly, you'll only need to use 1 per lock. If you make mistakes or have to undo things, then it'll cost you more lockpicks. Digipicks. Whatever. Okay, then you just select the lock that you want to pick, and you get this screen here. So this circle in the center here, this represents the lock that you're trying to pick. This over here just tells you how many digipicks you have in your inventory. And this here is a series of keys that you're going to use to pick this lock. Each of these can be selected and then rotated like this. I just want to emphasize that these are keys, these are not digipicks. This threw me off at the beginning. So this number here has nothing to do with these. I don't know why they put it in this same little rectangle here, but in any case, these are keys. The first time you slot one of these keys in to your lock, that costs you 1 digipick. And then there is an undo function. Anytime you undo a move, that'll also cost you another digipick. If you get down to 0, it's game over. You can't pick the lock until you've found some more digipicks. Alright, so the way that these keys work, as you can see, each one has a series of tabs or notches, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to call them tabs, along the circumference of the key. And they're in various configurations, and they can be rotated like this. Now, the way that you use these keys to pick the lock is, you've probably figured this part out already, you slot them, or you line them up, the tabs on the key, with the gaps on these rings. And then you press your activate key to slot the key in, and if you've lined it up correctly, it causes those gaps to disappear, and it causes that key that you used to disappear. So that one's gone now. Now I'm actually going to undo here, which you'll see that's going to cost me 1 lockpick. You have to clear out the outer ring before you can start working on the inner ring. Once you have removed all the gaps on the outer ring, it will disappear, and that'll give you access to the inner ring. You can only use each key once, and so each tab on these keys is going to slot into one of the gaps on the rings. And if you do it correctly and it all lines up, then you will have picked the lock. So as far as a good strategy for getting started, I find it helpful to count the gaps on the circle and compare that to what we have on our keys. So there's 5 on the outer circle here, and there are 5 gaps on the inner circle. If you look at the keys, I've got 2 keys that have 2 tabs, and then 2 keys that have 3 tabs. So that means I'm going to use a 2 key and a 3 key on each of the rings. So that helps to narrow it down. And one thing you can do before you even start slotting the first key in, which costs you a digipick, you can rotate your keys around, line them up where you think they're supposed to go, like that. So I'm going to put this one here, and then this one here. So these 2 keys line up with all the slots on my outer ring. Now, if those are correct, then the ones I had, these 2 middle keys here are going to line up with the slots on the inner ring. Whoops. No, that's right. Sorry. I thought I had the wrong one selected. So this one lines up with these 3 slots, and this one lines up with those 2 slots. So now I know that each of these, I know my keys are in the right configuration, because I found a way that they all line up with all of the slots on the rings. So now I can just start slotting in my keys, and it's going to work. So I use the first one there. I'm going to select the 4th one to fill in these 3 slots. Now I have access to the inner ring. And those are both still lined up, of course, because nothing has changed. So I just can use both of my keys, and that hacks the lock. And I get, a couple more digipicks and some 0 wire and some credits in this safe. So That was worth using 1 digipick, although I used 3, but that was just for the sake of the tutorial. But anyway, hope this was helpful. Please do slam that like button and subscribe and all that good stuff if you found this helpful. This is Ash for the Triple S League, and I will talk to you again very soon. Vasco. Vasco, move. Move. You're right where I need to be. No, move. You are not being helpful. Did you enjoy that video? Let us know by slamming that like button and leaving a comment below. And if you found it helpful or informative, consider hitting that super thanks button or checking out the other support options in the description. Subscribe for tons more guides and other fun videos. And for insightful gaming news content, check out our sister channel, Triple S Podcast.